6.5-point favorite for Villanova.
Today?
No, when Michigan and Villanova both won.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Immediately, the moment the matchup was set, Vegas odds set it at 6.5 point spread. Villanova. Right now, it's at 7.5. I'd take Villanova with a 10-point spread. I really believe Villanova goes into this game, and this is nothing against Michigan, nothing against John Beilein. Michigan goes into this game and gets smacked.
I don't think so. Really?
The way that this whole tournament has gone, I can't even put it past Michigan. I don't think they're going to win, but you almost can't say that's a definite win for anybody.
It's
just
really
because
not.
of the way that the whole tournament has gone.
It's been a really good.
Anybody can lay in there because think about it. Even my team, my school, St. John's, beat Villanova. So
that was great.
You like St. John's?
He went to St. John's.
He went to St. John's. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
St. John's had a monster week when they beat Villanova and Duke.
My friend said that they should have been number one because of that.
Thank you for that nice little tidbit.
Villanova, St. John's had a massive 1 week thing, but I think here, Jay Wright, this is not only Villanova's game to lose. If they lose, it would be horrible and shattering.
This is going to come down to, and I'm talking in terms of Michigan, a monster game by Wagner. Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, because he's basically the face of that Michigan basketball team right now. He is making plays left and right. He's very good. I think he can be a first rounder. He could probably be like top 15, top 20.
You know, the funny thing is, on this Michigan team, there are outcasts. There are people that played for other teams.
Like who?
You had Matthews, who actually started off his career with Kentucky.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he's like, yeah, no, I can't do this. I don't want to play for you. I don't want to. He played in 36 games, but only started 4 games. He averaged like 1.7 points per game. He's like, yeah.
Where? In Kentucky?
In Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
In his rookie year. He's like, I don't want to play for you if this is all that's going to happen. You know, I came to Kentucky because I was a 5-star recruit. John Calipari was like, no, I'm not going to give it to you. You have to earn it. And he, you know, in my opinion...
Normally the case.
Normally the case, but John Calipari wasn't even saying, earn it, because he actually wanted him to earn it. He was just saying that, so he would get out of his office. He was never going to give it to him, even if he earned it, because he had all the 5-star recruits coming in the next year. That's just how that's just how it works at these colleges.
It's just how it plays out, and it's very unfortunate for these kids, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah. It's a very interesting situation, but, before we move on, this is my call. Villanova covers the 7.5-point spread, probably covers, and I really do think they would cover a 10-point spread. Villanova takes this game 71-58.
Wow. That big?
71-58.
Okay, look, I like Michigan. I think it's going to be much closer than that.
Oh, and Jalen Brunson takes home MLP.
Okay. Look, I like both of these teams. To be completely honest with you, I really do think that Michigan and Villanova are evenly matched. Like, I don't really think anyone is the favorite coming into this game because they both had very good games to get to this point, disregarding that Michigan just beat up Loyola. Disregarding that, because obviously Loyola was the far inferior team to Michigan, which would have been nice to see them move on, but obviously, the Cinderella run ended. That's okay. It happens all the time. I'm going to say 86-81 Villanova.
High-scoring game.
Yes, it is.
Very high-scoring game.
I like the closeness, maybe just a little less, probably in like the 70s, but definitely going to be a close game, I feel like. I think people are, like you said, underrating Michigan and their ability to play in this game.
Look, I really still think that Villanova just crushes this game, but it's going to be a better game than Villanova Loyola was going to be. Villanova Loyola,
that would have been a massacre.
Probably one of the biggest blowouts in final history.
Which would have been terrible because
you don't want a blowout in a national title game.
No, but you want a Cinderella to make it that far, don't you?
I said it last week, and it came true. No 11 seed who had made it to the Final Four, and they were the fourth final 11 seed to make it to the Final Four. None of them made it to the national title game.
Okay, I understand that. The numbers work against you most of the time. It's obvious. That happens to every team. But obviously, it was in your head saying, like, wouldn't it be cool if,
Nope.
Are you serious?
In my head, I was going, please.
You wouldn't have wanted to see Loyola do well?
I know, I really did not want to see Loyola make the national title game. I am a huge sports fan. I wanted to see a good national title game. I did not want to see Loyola in the national title game.
I can see
I really
that.
didn't.
I think what you like it works to say it's fun to see the 16 beat Virginia. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Because it's 135 and 0 for 1 seed. But then this one where, like you said, it's only 3 or 4 people actually, like 11 seeds even make it to the Final Four. You almost I want the better team to win at that point, and that was Michigan, and Michigan does.
That's why we have these seeding like that.
I wanted Michigan to win too, but I went in there with an open mind, saying, "Oh my God, that would be awesome if Loyola."
It would have been something to talk about today.
Exactly.
No, it would have been something to talk about, but I did not want to see Loyola win
because you wanted to see a good national title game. I completely understand that.
But before we move on, I just want to mention, clearly Sister Jean blew up the internet.
Yeah,
she had
did.
a damn press conference.
She did.
Not only did she have a press conference, she had a press conference, and all of the media except for 2 people were there. Meanwhile, the coach and Towns had a press conference. Only 2 media members were with them. They played and coached. What did she do? She gets the entire media. She didn't do diddly squat.
She was the mascot. That was it.
Towns, who also, might I say, played with Wade Baldwin and Karl Anthony Towns. The 3 of them played together in New Jersey. He's a good player, and they have a coach. Meanwhile, she's taking the entire media attention. I think it's kind of blown out of proportion a little bit. But
no, she was taken away from the players.
Oh, very much so.
Which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because you want to take the pressure up, but it's a bad thing because all the pressure is on them. They're the one that got to this point, not you.
I just want to make, before we move on to baseball, I want to make a quick point that, while Michigan won and they beat Loyola, I think it was 11 or 12, and they moved on, Jordan Poole, the guy who hit a game-winning shot earlier on in the tournament from Michigan, went up to Sister Jean, in the hallway to the locker room. She was being wheeled out. He was running back to the locker room to celebrate with the team and everything. He ran past and stopped for a second, stuck his hand out, and said, it was great to know you. Great game. Thank you so much. He was showing respect to Sister Jean.
I really like that.
That's world class. That's a class act by especially.
See you in the title game.
Yeah, it was just we just won, but thank you, being the mascot and everything. You brought a lot of I respect you and everything. It was great. Jordan Poole, great decision on his part, and I think, in my opinion, he would be the key tonight for Michigan to really close that gap against Villanova. But we shall see. The game is, I believe, 9:12 p.m. tonight?
Yeah, 9:10, 9:20.
It's a very,
I don't know why it's so late.
way too late to begin with, and it's a very awkward time. And it's in San Antonio. So San Antonio is only an hour behind us.
2 hours. 2 or 3 hours. Something like that.
It's on the West Coast, isn't it?
No, San Antonio's in
Texas.
That's right. Okay.
Texas.
So, it's only 1 hour back.
Texas is an hour behind us.
I'm pretty sure it's 2 hours. Are you sure it's only an hour?
Yeah.
It's because I have friends from Houston.
Mostly for baseball, that's why.
And look, it might be
the Yankees go to
Texas
Houston,
might be
Texas,
split, and at one point it turns to a later time.
Like Mountain Time? But I doubt it'll be Mountain Time.
No, Texas 1 hour behind.
Yeah, you're right. It's an hour. That's really weird.
Which is weird, because if you look up, last year's game was in Phoenix, and it
was earlier.
Early, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What time was that game? It was 8 o'clock, if that, maybe 7:30?
I think it was 8:20 or something like that.
That's so weird.
Phoenix is 2, most likely 3 hours behind us.
Well, it's in Arizona, so...
Phoenix and Arizona is right next to California. It's 3 hours. This is a lot of math that none of us should be doing.
No, it's not. It's geography.
We're just not mathematicians or geography men.
I was very good at social studies.
Oh, whatever. Well, if you're tuning in right now, you're listening to the home stretch here on 90.3 WHPC. You can call us anytime at 516-572-7440. Call, talk. We'd love to talk to you. This is great. It's baseball. Baseball, we already had opening weekend. We had the national title tonight. You have the NBA draft in June. You have the NFL draft this month.
Ooh, it's coming up close.
NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs.
Give me Josh Rosen.
This is crazy. Baseball, opening weekend. Yankees win the first 2 games. Giancarlo Stanton, one of only 2 Yankees players ever to hit 2 home runs in the debut. Eric?
Roger Maris.
Because I wrote it on the rundown.
No, because I actually knew that.
Do you know the year?
1960.
There you go.
Ooh.
Roger Maris.
That was because it was on the rundown.
No, I swear to God, I know it.
But it's that you're in good company when you're one of 2. And it's a franchise that had been around for over 100 years, and the other person you're in company with is Roger Maris. Like, you're in good company.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
When it's Roger Maris.
If it's in any of those big names, Mantle, Maris, Gehrig, Ruth, Jeter,
You're doing something right.
You're doing something right.
Right? You're doing something great. I think
now we just got to see it at the home ballpark tomorrow.
Man. It sucks.
Should have been today.
Oh, yeah.
That's
why I'm here right now.
Yeah, you should be at Yankee Stadium right now.
They've done it before.
I don't know why they canceled today. They should have moved to the 4.
Well, no, because if you looked at the field, it was 5-6 inches. It looked horrible.
It's going to be bad tomorrow anyway.
I was watching Fox 5 News with my mom this morning, and you see they have one of their correspondents at Yankee Stadium, and I love it. You know, in radio, there's always a 5-second delay to make sure, in case anything curses or something happens, whatever, it is what it is. And TV, sometimes when you have an interview at another location, they always have like a 5-10 second delay between one person talking and the other person responding. So I'm watching the TV with my mom this morning, and all of a sudden you hear, and now we go live to Yankee Stadium. Thank you, Tom. Yes, as you can see behind me, Yankee Stadium is covered in snow. Doesn't look like they're going to have a game today. Thank you very much, Shelley, and that was our New Year. Like, I hate how that happens, but if you were watching any of the news and you saw Yankee Stadium today, 6 inches of snow, 5-6 inches of snow, it was completely white. It's not playing conditions.
And what's funny? It's nice out now.
No, it's nice out because the weather this spring is weird. Absolutely weird.
So much for global warming, huh?
So much for global.
I don't even know what the hell's going on.
That's a whole separate thing, but. And I want to mention this before we really head into baseball. Happy Passover to all my fellow Jews out there. Chag Sameach for anyone who really speaks the language and everything. But at least we didn't have the horrible weather over Pesach because people constantly walk over.
It was actually nice out.
They walk to other families for the Sadarim, for the meal and the reading and the explanation and everything. And people walk back at 2, 3, 4 a.m. Really odd hours with young kids. Thankfully, there wasn't snow, rain. It was barely,
it wasn't even that cold. It was very nice.
Barely any cold weather. It's a good thing.
Easter was nice too.
It's really crazy because you look, the bad weather came right after,
today,
right after the first 2 days of the holiday ended. So it's very nice. But getting back into baseball, like we mentioned, Giancarlo Stanton, 2 home runs in his Yankees debut. That looks beautiful. Looks nice.
He looks so good in the Yankee jersey.
He just looks good in any jersey that's to begin with. You could throw him in any jersey, he'd look nice. But you throw him into that lineup, you look at that New York Yankees lineup, God, it's scary.
And it would be scarier if Greg Bird was in there right in between Judge and Stanton.
Even without Greg Bird, the Yankees lineup is just absolutely scary. But the sad thing is, this vaunted bullpen.
Vaunted. It's supposed to be the exclamation point of the whole team.
The amazing bullpen has blown the last 2 games.
Okay, I'm going to do what everybody else should be saying.
They're looking at like last year's New York Mets.
It is 4 games of 1.
I agree with you. Thank you.
No, I agree with you as well.
It's insane. Now the only person
it's still frustrating. It's still frustrating.
The only person I can say it for is Betances because he's got something.
Terrible.
It's in his head now. He cannot be put in a high level situation.
He
can't do it. Now that's tough. Like if you have a man stealing,
I give Robertson a pass because this.
He's going to be fine.
He's going to be fine. Robertson's going to be fine.
You know what?
I don't know about Chapman though.
You know what?
He's
hold on.
Kind of on shaky
water. I would
water.
give Boone a pass also.
He went with the numbers.
He needs a pass.
Why.
Of course it. Well,
no, he walked the bases loaded for a grand slam, but it was for the numbers. I agreed with it.
Personally, I would have pitched to Donaldson.
Righty kind of thing.
Pick your poison.
Yeah. You know what, Cameron? You're right because Donaldson can break out at any point. He's one of the best hitters.
And he's a former AL MVP.
It doesn't matter. He can break out.
Finalist.
He can break out at any time. He's one of the best hitters in the game. I get that he has a dead arm, but throwing the ball is different than swinging a bat, And you know what? It's true. Pick your poison. But the numbers kind of go against Robertson there because if you don't know, Aaron Boone and David Robertson basically got the okay to intentionally walk Josh Donaldson to pitch to Justin Smoke. Justin Smoke is not the same. Hold on, but he's not the same hitter.
No, I know. No one expected Smoke to be hot right now, but he is.
No, it's not even that. Zucker, he's a different ball player. He's not the same Justin Smoke that we've seen 2 years ago.
No, he's
now a bona fide power hitter.
Yeah.
And he knows how to work the count
swing
better.
has really started to come into its own. He's doing very well with the stroke of the bat.
Kyle, you're a very big Yankee fan, and so are you, Cameron. I know that.
But am I not?
Sometimes. okay, so I'll give you a pass on this one.
Are you knocking my Yankees fandom?
I'm just joking.
On my own show?
I'm just joking. It's our show. I'm just joking.
It's my show.
It's our show. See, time to revolt. Viva la revolution. So, I'll just talk.